Thank you for that wonderful introduction. I really appreciate it. So today we are here with an incredible panel to discuss how some companies that are based in the United Kingdom, such as mine, are leading a global media charge, how they are succeeding in the news business where many other organizations have struggled. And just to give you an idea of our panels today and kind of the range of input we're going to be getting in terms of this subject. With us, we've got Eric Baumes, who is the Chief Technology Officer of The Economist Online. So from its earliest days, The Economist has looked abroad, both for subject matter and certainly for its readership. Today, The Economist Online, which is part of the Economist Group, offers the same authoritative insight, opinion, international news, politics, etc., that we have all associated with the Economist brand for many, many years. The Economist Online publishes the content from the magazine, but also publishes original content including blogs, debates, audio and video programming. And where The Economist has been very successful with a premium model, it is also an organization that recognizes the value of sharing and social engagement around content and does make a certain portion of its content available to facilitate that form of audience building and global engagement. Also with us today, we've got John Leitch, who is the Executive Director of Metro UK. Now, Metro UK is very different from our other panelists, was launched in 1999 as a free newspaper that capitalized on a captive audience on London's Metro, on London's commuter rail. It started off in London and today is in 50 cities. It claims the title of the world's largest free newspaper, and the company has maintained its profitability through the recent economic ups and downs, but also against the tide of most free newspapers, it continues to grow and continues to generate revenue. Right now, John is focusing on building the company's reach through digital delivery channels. Also with us, we have Elissa we have Anne Sarnoff, we changed our order, who is the COO of BBC Worldwide. Now, BBC Worldwide is largely funded by fees that are levied against UK citizens. However, in recent years, its commercial enterprises and its licensing have grown enormously. In fact, the BBC Worldwide in the 2010-2011 timeframe generated profits of £160 million. So given the increasing pressure from UK audiences to reduce or eliminate the licensing fee that has traditionally supported the BBC, well, the pressure's on for Anne and BBC Worldwide to build its global audience and its revenue. Now, as I mentioned, we have Elissa Tomasetti from the Financial Times. She is the Vice President of Marketing and Global Audience Development. So the Financial Times, a venerable global brand, it's one of the world's leading news organizations, and it's internationally recognized for its provision of news and analysis for the global business community. Today, the FT is printed in 22 print sites across Europe, the UK, Asia, and it has international editions specifically for some of those markets. The FT is widely recognized as the pioneer of the metered pay model. They also took a pioneering step this year and were the first major publisher to launch an HTML5-based web app. So let's start discussing the British invasion with our panelists. All right, so given worldwide access to and the discussion globally of media topics, should all media organizations be considering a global strategy? Should they all be viewing content as being a global value proposition?
Personally, I don't think so, no. I think it's really down to what your audience is, what your consumers want and what your clients want. Of course, it's wonderful to have global reach, But if you can't monetize it and your content's not relevant, then why bother? In the UK, we have, as Michelle said, reach across 50 cities. Interestingly, those cities are very different, but we don't really change our content because the experience, the expectation, and the relevance to that audience across all those cities is the same.
I think that's a great point about being relevant. The FT considers itself a global brand. We own the global stage for news and analysis, but we really aim to be relevant in every region. So we actually have editions, as you mentioned in the intro, that change up the weighting of content and package it for that audience. And digital opportunities have led to lots of innovations that are very specific to regions. So for example, in India, we have an India app now that enables us to reach out to that particular audience and distribute content more easily. We have special reports that span subject matters and in-depths on countries. And we even have a confidential series, which are really deep dives in the BRICS regions, Brazil and China specifically. So those are ways that the FT is taking its role as a global leader, but extending itself into specific regions.
I agree. I just want to make a point of clarification. I'm the COO of BBC Worldwide America.
Right.
Otherwise, I would have been promoted this morning to the global job.
Well, I've just promoted you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Vote of confidence, yeah.
But it's relevant also in terms of the topic because I just oversee the North America business. And that's kind of a testament to this particular question that we have obviously a very broad global news gathering organization with over 2,000 journalists, 70 bureaus, et cetera. But my purview is the North American region, and because of those very issues that you really have to serve your local customers, not only the consumers, but the advertisers and kind of the way the media market operates in the given market. And so I think it's a hybrid. You have to take advantage and leverage the global assets, but certainly target the local markets. Otherwise, you fall behind pretty quickly.
I think with a brand like The Economist, it's a little bit in between. We have the limitation of being a weekly magazine, and given that limitation, what we cover tends to be a view of the world, and we're trying to help people understand the world. So we don't have the luxury to do kind of a lot of localization, micro-localization, or anything like that. But that said, we do publish regional publications. The content is generally the same. We may vary the cover, and we may rearrange the sections to highlight different regional areas. But in general, our voice stays global.
So